What's going on, y'all? My name's Damien, and on this YouTube channel, I basically talk about cloud security, DevSecOps, and I also offer career advice within those two domains or in the domain of cybersecurity as a whole. And in today's video, I'm basically going to be going over certifications I think you should get if you wish to become a Google cloud security engineer. So without further ado, let's just get straight into it. All right, so this is going to be the first certification that I would highly recommend that you get if you don't have any type of like Google Cloud related experience. Okay. So, one thing about this certification is if you're familiar with AWS at all, this is pretty much the certified cloud practitioner equivalent. It's called the Cloud Digital Leader. And the real purpose of this certification is to really get you to understand the foundational levels of how each of the services work within Google Cloud to be able to achieve whatever the organizational goals are at a very high level. So you're not really doing any type of architecting or engineering. This is basically like, what does this service do? What are some of the common use cases for this particular service? And most importantly, how can you secure the service at a very high level? So if you want to pursue, getting Google Cloud certifications and you don't have any Google Cloud experience and you don't have any exposure to any of the services, this certification is the one you need to start off with. Is some things about the certification, it's 90 minutes in length, so it's a very short certification exam. It's only $99 and then, it's about 50 to 60 questions. All right, so the next one that I think you should follow up with is the Associate Cloud Engineer. And I have the certification and I also have the Digital Cloud Leader certification. And the thing about this certification is it really kind of exposes you to some of the key services that you're probably going to be using in Google Cloud. And you really learn how to be able to deploy. You can secure the infrastructure, of course, because it does have a section where it talks about like configuring security and IAM and all that stuff. But this is the solutions architecture associate equivalent, right? So this is where you basically get to learn how to set up your cloud environment within Google Cloud, how to deploy cloud functions, how to configure IAM service accounts, pretty much how to build and deploy a fully functional and scalable cloud native solution using some of the Google Cloud services, right? And this exam, unlike the Digital Cloud Leader, it's about 2 hours long, and then the registration fee is about, $125. But I think the key thing is that this exam really kind of helps you segue into taking those professional exams because you really get like that, how would I say, you really get that technical depth that you're pretty much going to be needing before you step into those professional level exams. You're most likely going to end up having to practice a lot and do a lot of, hands-on click ops within the Google Cloud console and maybe a little bit of coding if that's just something that you'd like to do. So this is where you're pretty much going to be tested on your technical ability for using those Google Cloud services. All right, so once you get the cloud engineering or the associate cloud engineering, aka ACE, for Google Cloud, then I think the next best thing for you to do is go for that professional cloud security engineer certification. And essentially, the certification sounds exactly what it is. So it says that cloud security engineer allows for organizations to design and implement a secure workload or secure workloads and infrastructure on Google Cloud. So what this basically helps you do is it basically assesses your ability to be able to configure, identity access management at scale, defining those resource and hierarchy and policies and whatnot. It talks about data protection and data loss prevention, networking defenses or network security defenses, like defending all of those. It even talks about, and you're even going to look at, or it's going to cover securing AI workloads and all of those other additional things that a cloud security engineer will definitely have to think about. So this certification I have not gotten just yet. It's something that I have in my backlog if I wish to continue down this Google Cloud route as a cloud security engineer myself. But ideally, this is a non-negotiable certification that you're going to need. So something that I recommend you get, and it's something that I know that folks that I work with in the past who are Google Cloud engineers or cloud security engineers in GCP have, and it's a very good certification to have, and it looks really good for you. When it comes down to length, that's a 2-hour certification. It's a bit more pricey because it's a professional cert, but the exam format is quite similar to all the other exams that they have, at least like the ACE and the Digital Cloud Leader so far, which we have covered. So that's something that I definitely want you to keep in mind. And again, I would not recommend you skip the other two. I would recommend you at least have the ACE before you try to go study and sit for this exam. All right, so this certification that I'm going to talk about here, I think is optional, but it would be a nice complement, right? And the reason why I say that is because networking is foundational and fundamental for security, period. But in the cloud, I think that in this particular case, as a cloud security engineer, it's always good to understand how networking works within your cloud service provider. So with Google Cloud specifically, the professional cloud network engineer will give you that expertise when you start to study for it and that experience. And it basically will help you understand how to basically design, the networks or design network architectures in Google Cloud so that it's highly available, it's scalable, super resilient, and then in the fact that it's secure. One thing I want you to know is that with the professional cloud security engineer, I think the networking domain itself is like 22% of the exam, securing it at least. So having a good understanding of networking in Google Cloud would be ideal for you when you take that exam. So if I had to recommend, this will be an optional step, but take this exam before you sit for the professional cloud security engineering exam, right? That way you have a great foundation or step on how networking works within Google Cloud. And as I said in the previous one or earlier in this video, the length of this exam is 2 hours. The registration fee is exactly the same. So all professional certifications by Google Cloud cost the same. They're the exact same length, and also the exam format, from my understanding, is exactly the same. So very simple, very easy to remember, and very easy to recall. But this is pretty much the optional certification that I highly recommend you guys actually consider taking before you write the professional cloud security engineer. That wraps up this video, y'all. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you were able to walk away with some valuable insights on what certifications you need specifically for Google Cloud in order to become a cloud security engineer in their domain. If you found this video helpful at all, please make sure you like, subscribe, and also share with your friends and, let them know to come and look at some of the other videos as well. And again, as always, thank you all so much for your support. Truly appreciate it. It really helps the channel. And I look forward to seeing you all in the next video. Later.